Hello, everyone. My name is David Perez. I was assigned with Chapter 13 from the textbook, and from that, I chose to do my presentation on Robert Zajunk's mere exposure theory. Now, basically, that theory does state that through repeated exposure to a neutral stimulus, an individual comes to evaluate the stimulus more favorably. According to the theory, the only thing necessary for this theory to work is repetition. The more frequently an individual is exposed to a novel object, the more favorable he or she evaluates it. Now, the experience I'm going to talk about is one from my personal life. It was a couple of years ago. At the time, I was dating this girl. Now we were set to go out somewhere, so I went over to go pick her up. I get to her place. She's still getting ready, of course, but she has music playing in the background. So she's getting ready, she's doing her hair, whatever she was doing at the time. But she comes out of the bathroom, and she's still getting ready, still trying to finish getting ready. But she tells me about this song that I have to hear. We were both big country artist fans, so we listen to country all the time. And she told me this great song that she heard, she fell in love with, and I'm gonna love it. Now the song was Sangria by Blake Shelton. So she pulls up her Pandora, she puts on the song, and immediately I have no idea what she's talking about. She put it on, and I thought it was terrible at the time, and even told her I ended up telling her that I thought the song sucked. So she would still manage to play it from time to time. And then, of course, whenever we heard it on the radio, it played. And, I do have to say, each time that I did hear it, it did get less and less worse each time. Now, it was probably months later, after we had stopped seeing each other, and I had actually heard the song on the radio again. And this time, I actually found it to be enjoyable. It was kind of funny because, at first, I hated it. I couldn't stand it, but now all of a sudden, it was actually pleasant to hear. So, now that I've discussed the experience, I'll make some inferences about this experience. First inference is that this experience demonstrated the mere exposure theory very well, and it played out exactly as the theory suggests. The emotions in the situation changed from my dislike of the song to enjoyment over time. This experience also shows that this theory does have merit and is actually valid. So that's a huge point, actually. Now that I've made some inferences, I'll discuss how these inferences can be transferred to other situations. The way this theory is represented in the book, it goes hand in hand with persuasion. I can really see how this theory plays out very well in terms of marketing and advertising campaigns. Basically anything you see on TV, any commercial that's running, it's repetition. There's certain commercials out there that you may not like at first, but they grow on you. For instance, the camel and the hump day and the Mike. I didn't like it at first, but again, over a period of time and over more exposure, I began to actually like that commercial. It's not as bad as it once was. Now the same thing actually happens with my son. So it could be done in other personal aspects of your life as well. My son will choose a movie or a show, and the first time I see him watching it, I think it's terrible. But after he watches it a few times, as he always does, I find myself enjoying his movie or show more and more with each pass, and they're actually kind of funny to end up watching those kids' movies. Now, in conclusion, the mere exposure theory has merit, and it can be proved in multiple scenarios that do include personal, professional, and educational settings. So, thank you.